7-0 in the top of the third. And they'll talk things over. Two in the first for Lancaster, 5 here in the third. It has not been a good start for Logan. Giving up 7 runs on 6 hits. The defense has not helped, though. And now Bortnick over at first. Here's Noel, the 9th man to hit in the inning. He grounded to short his first time up. Williamson out of the stretch, looks at first. The pitch, change up outside, ball 1. Revs are hoping Darian Sanford doesn't get to the dish for the second time in the inning. Logan again, here's the 1-0, in on the hands of Noel. Cutter that he sends out to play foul. It's 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch to Noel. Line drive, base hit into left field. That's down. Another hit for the Barnstormers in the inning. It's their 6th hit in the frame. And they've now batted around. The 10th man will come to bat here in the inning as Williamson continues to struggle on the hill. Just doesn't have it here today. A single for Noel, Bortnick to second. That brings up the switch hitter Darian Sanford. Scored 2 runs in this one, reached on an error in the first, singled to start this third inning. Not a lot of hard hit balls in the innings off Logan, maybe 1 or 2. The double was hard hit by Frias. Everything else kind of either blooper or seeing eye hit, infield hit, a chopper foul down the third base line. It's 0-1. 7-0 Lancaster, top 3. Williamson gets a new baseball. Looks at second. Bortnick's out there. The 0-1. Ground ball to short. Dent has it. He goes to second for 1 in time. And the inning is over. A 6-4 fielder's choice. They get Rico Noel by maybe half a step at second base. The inning finally ends. So 5 runs in the inning for Lancaster. There were 2 Revs in the frame. It's 7-0 as we go to the bottom of the third inning here at Peoples Bank Park on broadcast.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat. Visit WellSpan or /Urgent Orthopedics today for hours at our York
School football all this time. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK lays it all out for you in the high school football spotlight, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Catch a preview every day in August on Sports Radio 1350 as we break down the teams and the players of the 2018 York Adams League. Or go to WOIK1350.com to access this year's complete lineup of high school football preview. Then, this fall, every Friday night, it's the high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine, only here on Sports Radio 1350.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOIK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Since 1934, PSECU has given Pennsylvanians financial opportunities to live a better life. We are a credit union who offers valuable free and low-fee financial products, broad lending options, and outstanding money management for financing life. At PSECU, we are proud of who we are and committed to who we serve because our Pennsylvania roots run deep. We are banking on a difference. Visit PSECU.com to join us. This credit union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration, Equal Opportunity Lender.
You're on the home of the Atlantic League champion, York Revolution. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK, York.
Bottom of inning number 3 from Peoples Bank Park. Henry Castillo will lead things off for the Revs. They trail the Lancaster. Tall was spotted with 5 more runs of support in the top of the third inning. Logan Williamson was ineffective. So was the defense. Barnstormers sent 10 to the plate in the frame. Castillo takes a strike to start the inning. It's 0-1. This has not been a good last 24 hours or so for the Revs. Last night's rained out game, and 1 out away from a rain-shortened victory. Would have been their first rain-affected, game-shortened win of the year, but just did not go their way. It's kind of how the season's gone in a nutshell. And so far, in Game 1 of this doubleheader, things have absolutely not gone their way. 0-2 the count on Castillo. The pitch from Hall. Ground ball through the hole between first and second, a base hit. Well, Castillo has come on strong over his last few games. He racks up another hit. He got his average over. He's on with his first hit of the day. Brings up Roger Diaz. Diaz has become the de facto everyday catcher for the Revs, given the injury issues and just kind of issues overall that they've had at that position. The first pitch to him is a ball outside. It's 1-0. Luis Cruz, broken hamate bone in one of his hands, his right hand, I think. So he is on the shelf, pretty much done for the year, unless something changes. So that hurt because he was hitting well when he went down. Tyler Clark has been activated from the DL. He's been active for about a week, but still has trouble holding a bat, but can do everything defensively as Diaz takes a strike. It's 1-1. Isaias Tejeda, the Revs' backstop that helped them win a championship last year. They got him back this year. It was with the team. 1-1. Diaz swings a high fastball, tips it into the glove of Castillo. It's 1-2. So because of that, Roger Diaz is in his second stint with the Revs. They grabbed him from the Empire League. Diaz playing in his 17th game of the year. Counts 1-2. No outs, a man on first. Revs down 7-0 in the third. Diaz hits one the other way through the hole past Tyler Bortnick at second base into right field. That one stuck past Bortnick, and Roger Diaz with the knock the other way. So back-to-back singles to right field for the Revs, and they have something going here against Brooks Hall. It's going to be tough to come back from a 7-run deficit, especially in a 7-inning game as opposed to a 9-inning affair. But they're going to have to find a way. So here is the Revs' leadoff hitter, Witherspoon. 0-for-1, grounded to second in the first. It was a hot shot at Bortnick, but he kept it in front. Hall steps off with runners at first and second. And two more in the third inning that gave the Barnstormers at least one extra run. One. Hall set on the mound, the tall right-hander delivers. That's way up and in, too. Witherspoon looks away again. It's 2-1. So they're going right up in Travis's kitchen. Witherspoon started in last night's eventually rain-canceled game. Made a nice diving play in center field for the first out of the top of the fifth. 2-1, swing and miss, slider down and away. It's 2-2. Spoon hitting .246 with 6 homers, 22 RBIs, and because last night's game was wiped away, this is officially his first game of the series. Called a scrimmage last night if you want, because there were 4.5 innings played. 2-2 coming up to Travis. Ground ball down the third baseline, foul into the Stormers' bullpen. Count remains even at 2. 7-0 Barnstormers, bottom 3. Both games of the doubleheader, 7-inning games. That's how things go in the Atlantic League. Two Spoon. That misses outside. It's 3-2. Castillo's on second. Diaz on first. No outs in the inning. Polo, the third base coach of the Revs, putting the signs down for the base runners, Castillo and Diaz. Out to Spoon. Here it is. Way inside. It may have clipped his jersey. Either way, ball 4. He'll head down first, and the bases are loaded for Alexis Alexi Casilla. No outs in the inning. Ross Peoples out for a chat with his starter Hall, who looks a little bit out of sorts here in the inning. He's given up 2 straight singles and then a walk. So now Alexi will be the man hit at the bags, juiced and no one out. The Revs have 2 hits in the inning. They're only 2 of the game. 7 runs on 8 hits, no errors for the Barnstormers, no runs on 2 hits, 3 errors for the Revs. Never good when your team has more errors than hits on the board. Well, that's how things have gone through the first few innings tonight. Ross Peoples back to his dugout. Silvio Martinez is going to have a chat with Deck Circle. Silvio was barking something at Mace, and now Mace out. He couldn't hear what Silvio said, and now Silvio will tell him. Those two will go their separate ways. I think Mace has got to be the most frustrated man in the city of York over these last 24 hours. Just the entire season for the Revs, but the bases are loaded now for Casilla with no outs. First pitch to him, fastball, lower half of the zone for a strike. It's 0-1. Revs a chance to put a dent in this 7-0 deficit and get some runs for Logan Williamson, who's going to have to eat some innings tonight. 0-1 to Casilla. He flips it foul into Maxey, but couldn't get it forward. And now Hall will come with an 0-2. He's already back on the mound, peering in at his catcher Castile. Set at the belt. The 0-2 pitch. Casilla dumps one into right field, a base hit. 1 run will score. Station-to-station baseball for the Revs. Castillo in. Diaz to third. Spoon to second, and Casilla. And they are on the board. It's a 7-1 game. Well, that's how you put a dent in a big deficit like that, is putting a rally together. There's a walk made it takes. The Revs playing it safe down 7. They need base runners. They don't need to chance it trying to bring in extra runs. That brings up Melky Mesa, the DH. Mesa's been the team's best hitter throughout the full season. He takes a fastball in the outer half. It's 0-1. Even though Hall's working with a 6-run lead, the pressure's on him right now. Bases loaded, no outs, and the Revs have the heart of their lineup, Mesa, Nash, Dotel coming up. Not somebody, any of those 3 you want to mess with. 0-1 pitch. Grounded foul down the third base line. The count goes to 0-2. Well, Hall was ahead of Casilla 0-2, but then Casilla sent one into right for a knock. See what Mesa does with the count 0-2. He struck out swinging to end the first on a questionable call. 0-2 pitch, another foul, and it was questionable because Mesa tipped it. Silvio Martinez said that Ryan Castile caught the foul ball without it hitting the ground and did not ask for help on it. The Revs wanted an appeal. He did not give one. Because of that, Mesa was given a strikeout. 0-2 pitch again. Mesa pops it up, center field. Now reaching over to right center is Sanford. Tagging from third is Diaz, and he will just bluff it. Throw goes into short, Frias. Pretty much anybody else at third base, and the Revs have a chance to tag there and bring a run home, but that one just not that deep out in right center. Sanford doesn't have a great arm, but Diaz, I mean, no offense, the slowest runner on the team by far, and he was not able to tag, so F8 in the scorebook. Mesa flies out. The bases are loaded, 1 out for Telvin Nash, and that's a good, it ends up being a good decision to hold him there because you don't want Diaz getting thrown out at the plate there. Then there's 2 outs and we're first and second. Right now, you keep the pressure on Hall by having Nash hit with the bases loaded and only 1 out. 7-1 Lancaster lead, bottom 3. The Revs already have a run in this frame. First pitch to Telvin, breaking ball. Soft stuff low and away. And it looked like Telvin just swatted a bug or a bee out of the way with his left hand. Something around him there at the plate. He digs in the righty batter's box. Can make this a 2-run game with 1 swing. The 1-0 pitch, slider low and away. Hall doesn't want to mess with Telvin. He doesn't have anywhere to put him. However, Hall in the back of his mind, I'm sure he knows that a bases loaded walk wouldn't be the worst thing. Brings home 1 run instead of potentially 4 if Nash goes deep. All set now, bases juiced for the Revs. The 2-0, make it 3-0. Fastball misses outside to Nash. It's Diaz on third, Spoon at second, and Casilla at first. Spoon will score easily from second on pretty much any single to the outfield, unless it's a hot one-hopper right at a fielder. 3-0 on Nash. Pitch from Hall. Catches the outside corner. It's 3-1. Telvin's going to ask where that was. He thought it was ball 4. Silvio will just tell him where it was. Telvin just wanted an explanation. Nothing, didn't say anything bad there. Just really wanted to ask where that pitch was. And knowing for later at bat. 3 bags are loaded. Only one out in the frame. 3-1 pitch from Hall. Nash pops it up right field, side out of play. And the count goes from 3-0 to 3-2 pretty quickly. Nash a little bit under that one. This is a 7-inning game, not a 9-inning game, so every at-bat for each team means just that much more. Strongest hitter on their team up at the dish, most powerful here. 3-2 pitch. Nash hitting .352, 18 runs. And he had an RBI last night. Would have had an RBI double if that game had been official or suspended. Hall left to come with the 3-2 again. Again, the pressure on him. Bases juiced for the Revs, only one out. The payoff pitch to Nash, ground ball foul down the third base line. That then it caught somebody by surprise. That almost hit somebody in an uncomfortable area, but I think it hit the bench instead. Either way, less than ideal to have a hot shot coming at you down the third base line like that. Over the outfield walls. 3-2 coming up again to Nash. He swings and taps that one foul behind home plate, so he's hanging against Hall. Hall hasn't been able to put him away. 4 straight foul balls off the bat at Telvin, and the count remains full. Revs down 7-1. We're in the bottom of the third. Diaz on third, Spoon at second, Casilla the man at first. Diaz and Casilla singles. Spoon has a walk in the inning. Here's Nash. He walked again. 5 straight foul balls, and Telvin upset that he can't put one out in the field. So we'll do the 3-2 yet once more. Hall back on the mound already. Nash calls for time, takes his helmet off, readjusts it. He'll dig into the batter's box, getting set. Taps the plate once, bat out in front, ready to go. Hall has to come with the 3-2 once more. Here it is. Ball 4, missed low and away. Through that at-bat, a lengthy plate appearance for him as he brings in another run. It's now a 7-2 game. Diaz scores from third. It's RBI number 19 on the season for Nash. He'll trot down to first. Second walk of the game. Roger Diaz scores the second run. So Castillo and Diaz, who singled to start the inning, both have scored. Revs now down just 5. First pitch to Dotel. Fastball misses high. It's 1-0. The Barnstormers have Steven Johnson, 6'5" right-hander, loosening up in their pen. Revs have seen plenty of him this year. Second, Nash at first. 1-0 to Dotel. Swinging a dribbler in front of the third baseman Bell. He barehands, throws to first, not in time. And the Revs add another run on the infield single from Wellington Dotel. When Casilla moved up to third, safe at second is Nash. Dotel, he beat the throw to the bag. He is the tying run. 7-3 now in the bottom, 5 in the top half. The Revs have added 3. Now time is called. And it's Casilla at third, Nash at second, Dotel at first. Mitchell ready, first pitch to him, fastball off the plate, ball 1. So 1-0 the count. That infield hit for Dotel was the 111th, 15th. He's second on the team in that category. Mitchell ready. 1-0, he takes outside, it's 2-0. Brooks Hall has lost the strike zone. He's already walked 2 in the inning. All set, 2-0 coming to Jared. And the pitch, ground ball through the hole into right field, a base hit. Casilla scores. Stopping at third is Nash. It's a 7-4 game, an RBI single for Jared Mitchell. He's the third straight Rev to bring in a run, the fourth in the inning. Nevada's the ninth man to hit in the from over. It was 7-0 coming into the inning. It's now 7-4, and there is still only one out in the inning. Now here's Ross Peoples coming out of the dugout. Likely take the ball from Brooks Hall. Slow trot for Peoples, trying to buy Johnson a little bit extra time, and that's going to be it for Brooks Hall. He gives his starter a fist bump as he heads off the mound. Hall gets through just 2 1/3 innings. He's given up 4 runs so far. He's responsible for all 3 runners on base right now. He cannot win it. He cannot lose it, as worst that can happen for him is a no decision. So he heads off, and it will be a no decision for him. New pitcher Steven Johnson, will tell you more about him when we come back. It's 7-4 Revs. They put up 4 so far in the bottom of the third, and there's still only 1 out. Stick with us in the broadcast.
Rutter's has all your favorite seafood options. Tabard battered cod sandwich, crispy fried shrimp with bada bing dipping sauce, flavorful crab and corn chowder, just a nip, and you'll be hooked. Rutter's, why go anywhere else for seafood?
Does your wealth advisor know how you take your coffee? At Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group, from their interests, goals, and dreams, right down to how they like their coffee. By understanding our clients on a personal level, we help them make wise financial decisions. In us, to your financial success. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. Get to know us over a cup of coffee, or visit us at financialjava.com.
GSC, FINRA, and SIPC.
Says time at People's Bank Park. Chad Riddle and try out his night and stand ball law with a parade of chrome and a chance to win a new Harley-Davidson motorcycle. Plus, inside the park fireworks presented by the auction houses of Dover and Mount Royal. That's Saturday, August 25th. Tickets at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
Rutter's Hot Dog Extravaganza is here. Rutter's Kunzler hot dogs and brand new corn dogs are only 2 for $2. Our amazing Kunzler bacon wrapped cheddar dogs and sausages are only 2 for $4. Earn 2 cents on fuel for every deal per.
To York Revolution Baseball, home of the Revs, Sports Radio, 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Bottom of the third inning, 1 out, and the bases loaded for Ryan Dent against new Barnstormers pitcher Steven Johnson. He inherits the bags juiced with only 1 out. Revs trail 7-4. First pitch almost hits Dent. It was a slider that missed low and inside, so 1-0 on Dent. He's the 9th man to hit in the inning. Casilla brought the first run home with an RBI single. Nash brought the second run home with a midfield RBI single, and Mitchell an RBI single to right to knock Brooks Hall out of the game. 1-0 to Dent. Fastball misses high. It's 2-0. The Revs trailed 7-0 coming into this bottom of the third inning. It's now a 7-4 game, still only 1 out. The first. Johnson readies the 2-0 pitch. Dent swings, got the green light there, and fouls one off. It's 2-1. 2 runs in the top of the first for the Barnstormers, 5 in the top of the third. The Revs have added 4 in the bottom of the inning number 3. It's Nash at third. Dotel at second, Mitchell. Revs have 5 hits in the inning. They've also walked twice. 2-1 pitch to Dent. That goes to the backstop. Here comes Nash, sliding and picking it up is Castillo. Throw home not in time. Nash scores run number 5 for the 1 out, enough for York. Nash made a beeline to the plate after that ball. So Mitchell to second, Dotel to third. Nash scores. It's now a 7-5 game. Johnson comes in, struggling to find the zone. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Dent pops it up straight away, actually more toward right center field. Getting behind the thing from third is Dotel. He scores easily. Throw goes into second. Just 1 run. It's now 7-6 as Wellington Dotel scores on the sac fly from Ryan Dent. Boyd has been charged to Brooks Hall. He's still responsible for the man on. Comes in and gets an out. That's what he was asked to do, but it comes with another Revs run. That brings up Henry Castillo, who led off the inning with a single. He scored the first run so far on Brooks Hall's line. Now Castillo the switch for the Revs. 5 hits. 5 different guys have brought home a run on a wild pitch. 0-1 to Castillo, swing and a miss. Fastball gassed him on the outside corner. Now Castillo ready to hit with 2 strikes on him. The tying run is at third base. The Revs showing some resilience in this one. They put up a 6 spot after the Barnstormers' 5 spot. 0-2 pitch, fastball way high. It's 1-2. And you just got to wonder where this game would be if the Revs didn't have 3 errors in the field. Also, I mean, you getting played after last night, the whole tarp fiasco, and the rain could have been a rain-shortened. Couldn't get that final out. 10th man to hit in the inning. Strikes, but the Revs strike for 6 runs. They do it on 5 hits. No errors in the inning. 1 man left. After 3 full in this 7-inning game, it's the Barnstormers 7 and the Revs 6. But the Revs have some momentum back. We'll go to the top of inning number 4 next. Stick with us in the broadcast.
Tired of Tropical Company event? Do you want the buzz down the hall to be, how awesome was this year's company picnic? Then crush boredom and bring on Kona Ice with over 32,000 flavor combinations. This is not your typical lackluster snow cone. Their flavors are bold and delicious. Fuzzy Navel Ice is dairy-free, gluten-free. Serve up to 1,000 people per hour. They have party packs.
A business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs. And why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Local sports on WOI. Family tradition since 1946.
This is Logan Williamson. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio, 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
He got the final 2 outs of the inning. Another Redland cast. First pitch to Bell, who homered his first time up. He strike 0-1. His first time up. That kicked off the scoring. Now he takes high. It's 1-1. Well, the Revs now in time in this series against they've done Bell. It's 1-2. They did it in the 3rd inning 2 days ago against the Barnstormers. Now, Williamson working quickly to 1-2. Ground ball to 3rd. Castillo stays down on it. Has it. Throw to Nash over at first. 5-3 the putout. 1 up, 1 down for Williamson in the 4th. Really needs a shutdown. We talk about shutdown frames all the time, but if you ever need one...
Yes, and what a shift in momentum in a good way. A huge boost. Things to start over.
Right. Revs trail by just 1. It's 7-6 now in the top of the 4th. Here's Blake Galen, who's taking forever to dig into the left-handed batter's box. Not sure what that was all about. For a strike, it's 0-1. Almost looks like a different Logan out there. He's locked in, was working really quickly to Bell. Energized after your team puts up 6 for you. 0-1 pitch to Galen.
It looks like. But yeah, once he starts feeling it.
1-1 driven out to deep right center field. Going after it is Spoon and Mitchell. Neither will get there, and one hops the base of the wall. Mitchell gets to it quickly, though. Throws it in. It's a stand-up double for Blake Galen. Right now, keeping the ball in the park as the wind is blown out to right center is big. So Williamson at least does that. But Galen hits in back-to-back 8.
In all areas of the plate, he can go out and get that outer pitch and drive it hard to the pull side of the field.
Now, with a runner at 2nd and 1 out, Ryan Castile digs in. First pitch to the catch. 7-6 lead for Lancaster, but the Revs got 6 in the bottom of the 3rd. The 6th time they've done that in an inning this year. Their season high is 7 in an inning. They've done that twice. Fly ball out of play down the right field line. It's 1-1. Lancaster's led the entire game. The Revs trying to change that. Get a shutdown in the 4th, and then now a ball hit into center field. That throw coming to the plate. It hits the mound. Diaz now will throw down to 2nd. And they'll get the runner there. So the Revs get an out on the play. They get Ryan Castile at 2nd base as he was trying to stretch a single into a double, or at least went on the throw home. So Diaz makes a nice throw to 2nd, but no shutdown inning for Williamson. The Barnstormers add another run on Castile's RBI single. It's now an 8-6 game.
Well, I'm not sure that one more run is going to win this game anyway. But Witherspoon looked like he accidentally threw a cutter.
Yeah.
It looked like it left his hand toward the plate and then tailed and hit the mound.
That was 2 outs in the inning, 8-6 game now. Barnstormers with 10 hits in the contest. Ryan Castile stays hot. Opener, 4 for 5 in the opener of the series, but the Revs won that game 11-4. He was pretty much the only Blake Galen double and a Castile single gives the Barnstormers one more. Logan would have loved to get a shutdown frame, but he does. Leaguer base hit. Now it's Robinson after that ball took a weird turn on.
Been beating unlike any other year.
Chat with Logan and Diaz. 8-6 lead for Lancaster, top 4. 2 double. Well, Logan, the 6 pitches in the second time throughout a week where somebody has to just take one for the team, and right now it's Logan for the Rev. It's been a slugfest in this one. You know, sometimes it's one of those days, but there will be 2. Swing and a miss, bat goes flying over the Revs dugout into the seats behind. C. Hobson will bat boy now. He swung and missed at the pitch, nowhere close to it, and the bat sailed into the stands. That's why the netting was extended a little farther before this season. It may need to extend it a little bit more.
Boy, I'm glad it looked like people were paying attention over there.
1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs the inning, man on second. Swing and a miss, and a slider from Williamson. He gets out of the inning. 1 more run comes in for the Barnstormers, but that's it. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and a man left. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. The Revs trail the Barnstormers 8-6.
Energy is more than just an energy company. We're a family tradition. Our goal is to provide outstanding customer service and to make energy into natural gas and electricity. Our team can help. We also offer HVAC services, installation, maintenance, and service plans to keep your homes home. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.5 Shipley. We make energy
to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home.
Stuart Bulldogs, Song and Brett Petrak, WOYK Preps, YouTube. Subscribe to WOYK Preps on YouTube. Also available through WOYK. Game of the Week, start WOYK Preps on
York, bottom 4, Roger Diaz, Travis Witherspoon, and Alexi Casilla, 9-1-2. Start the bottom of the 4th. The Barnstormers got in the top runs. It's 0-2. Roger, the leadoff man. After him, it'll go back to the top. That one way out. 8-6 lead for Lancaster. Chases a high fastball up in the zone. He goes down on strikes. 4 pitches, and Johnson picks up his 2nd straight punch out. He's dialing up that fastball. He got Diaz on strikes. Brooks Hall threw 64 pitches. No one on, 1 out. The first pitch to Spoon. Pops it up directly over my
day. When I pull in, I wonder, can a home run be hit this far?
Yeah. Out and right. Yeah. Shoulder out of the way. It's 1-1. That's definitely a safe hit way. 1-1 pitch. Spoon laces one past the shortstop. Out single in the 5th.
Good looking swing on that one. Pitch was kind of outer half. Continue the pressure.
Revs trail 8-6 in the 4th. Here goes Spoon. Steals a bag. Barnstormers have yet to steal one in this game, so the Revs recently 15 stolen bases for Witherspoon now on the year. For Alexi Casilla. Actually a foul tip maybe in the glove of Castile. Bag. That's important because he's now for the Revs. Castillo at the end of last inning. Now Diaz here in the 4th. Johnson's been up in the zone. Spoon
leave it to her.
Was that 2 nights ago? I'll run together at this point. 3-2 coming up to Alexi. Spoon inching farther off second. Big secondary lead. See a flicks one foul out of play to foul that one off. It was close. Johnson retoes the rubber. He's been good this year. 3-0. This is his 37th appearance. Look at Spoon, the 3-2 to Alexi for the Revs. Now the go-ahead run comes to the plate in the form of Melky Mesa.
At bat from Alexi, fouling off what he did. And that's the thing about falling behind hitters in this Revs order. You can't just a guy like this coming up, and Lancaster's lead suddenly pretty tenuous again.
The plate on it. Started this thing for the Revs. He's gone through 4 innings, given up 8 runs on 11 hits, but his team has battled to give him some run support. He's battled through 4 innings. Dustin Richardson was loosening up for the Revs. It's on a slider. Throw is high at third base of the inning. Casilla, a stolen base behind it, a double steal. The boys with speed, they have just good base runners, and it's something that they've been doing a lot lately, specifically against Lancaster.
Yes, they have. Monday night, they had 2 in that game. That's 4. Would have had 1 last night.
Corners will come in for Lancaster. Middle of the infield stays back. 0-2 the Witherspoon now against Casilla at second, Spoon at third. Johnson set on the mound, the tall, lanky righty. 1-2 pitch to Mesa and hit him. That one got in around the armpit of Mesa. He tried to get out of the way, couldn't. And 1-2 pitch, and the bases are loaded once again for the Revs. The go-ahead run at first. Ross Peoples out for another visit. He thought this was going to be, an easy game to manage. Up 7-0 in the third inning of a 7-inning game, and now all of a sudden, the Revs pretty much have all the momentum.
A hit by pitch, he had just thrown a really good breaking ball away, and I'm sure trying to go in to set up the opportunity to throw another one.
Ross Peoples, a mound visit, first official visit for the Stormers. Now the big walk to Telvin Nash could do it with 1 swing. All lone away. They're looking to score their first run of the 4th. Second. Johnson set again. 1-0 to Telvin. Fly ball right center field. Not too deep. Galen back. Spoon. He'll score easily. It's an 8-7 game. Casilla up to appearance with an RBI and no official at-bat. A sac fly after.
Keep putting the pressure on. All the pressure is on Lancaster in this one, given the lead that they had. And that situation right there is one that the base is loaded. Johnson might almost take that.
Change 8-7 Barnstormer at the corners for the Revs. We'll take a quick break and tell you the situation when we come back.
Have these articles that are worth the detour. They put Royal Farms' world-famous chicken at the top of the list. Well, we've always known that Royal Farms...
On the road. Rivers Truck Center in Red Lion Top shop for all your trucking needs. Rivers handles full-service truck sales and carries a full line of parts for all makes and models. Has their own full-service collision center and provides 20 assistance. Check out riverstruck.com for more info. This for over 40...
It is easy being green. In York County, trash is safely managed at a waste-to-energy facility where it is used as fuel to produce electricity. The electricity generated from that's enough to light the entire city of York. Learn more at www.ycswa.com.
This is Ryan Dent. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the 50 WOYK.
Two outs and runners at the inning. The bar change Brockton lead for both runners at third. Hotel. You see the tying run. The go-ahead run is Mesa. Johnson has given up 1 run so far. His line could finish with him who's getting set on the mound, balked, and as they should. The Revs have seen Munson a few times this year. This is now his 6th game against the Revs as he misses low to Dotel, ball 1. Munson is not allowed to run. He's 1-0. Have hit 294 against him in those 5. One for Johnson, who came on for Hall. Barnstormer's staff has not been effective today. 1-0 pitch to Wellington. That's low. It's 2-0. Big spot in the game for the Revs. This is a 7-inning game. Every at-bat means that much more. Appearance, 2.81 ERA. Moves up. Munson coming into this appearance. 34 hits, 14 runs, 10 earned. 2 balls and no strikes on Dotel with 2 outs. Big swing and a fastball. He misses. It's 2-1. Darryl gonna get this close at least 7-0. It's 2-2.
It was a real downer coming off last night. Gotta tip your cap. What a huge, huge answer. A long way to go now.
Foul out of play down the right field line. Casilla at third, Mesa at first. Mesa was hit by a pitch to low sack fly. 4 more. Down by just 1 move. Casilla eager on third base to come in and score that tying run. 90 feet away. For the 2-2. Munson set. Looks at third. Now a move over to first. Not sure why he's messing. Hey, let him do it and maybe throw him away.
Yeah. Maybe just isn't quite locked in yet, so he's trying to break up
to a slider that missed, and the count runs full and no tell, so Mesa will be off on the pitch from first. They'll get a head start. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Revs trail by 1, bottom 4. Run 90 feet away. Barnstormers will play their infield back except for Hobson. Now he moves back. Free call on the inner half. Dotel thought it was ball 4, and now Silvio rings him up. He'll hear some chirping from the Revs dugout. And again, the Revs do get 1 run. They push within 1 run again. We go to the top of the 5th. It's 8-7 Lancaster.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. One says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
what? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32 grand. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay Title 6, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates. For 5 years, and remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of fluids, etc. Not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
Transmission.